All right, wood splitting. So, we've got our maul. I've got my earplugs in. I've got my gloves on. Protect my dainty little hands. I've got 3 pieces of this tree, and I want to split them down more. Again, I generally will swing when I need a lot of power. I have one hand on the anchor, one hand mid-shaft. I can hold it up and bring it down and around. Really, you should have whatever side you're swinging on, you should have your stance open on that side. So if I'm swinging that way or that way, my footing will change. So here, I've split it, and sometimes you'll split almost all the way through, and just by picking that up, I ripped it apart, so I don't need to swing at it again. It's up to you to decide how big of a piece you really need to split to. Smaller pieces will dry faster. The more exposed grain that you give it, faster it's going to dry. It'll also burn faster, so keep that in mind. You may not want all kindling. So if I come around, I can hit pretty hard. I'm kind of pulling my punches right now, but you'll see you can do a lot of damage even with a lightweight axe. One of the things I wanted to show you is, what do you do if the head gets stuck? I've seen people pick the whole thing up and drop it this way. Don't do that. If it's something you can pick up, and notice I have my hand right over the weight, not down here. You can pick it up. This is one of the times when you can use the pole of the axe. I'm going to spin it around carefully in the air and drop it down, the whole weight of it, on that, which puts the weight of the axe plus all the weight of the wood coming up through it. Boom. This is where I do want an anvil. I want some kind of a stump or something that I can hit. I can hit it hard. But word to the wise, be careful when you do this, because if this isn't in there securely, this piece of wood can come off while you're swinging over your head. Now there's a piece of firewood flying around head level, which is not good. But take it up, and the wood split. So that's a big time saver and a back saver, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen a lot. So this one is ending up being kindling. Now if I overstrike, that's when I go through the wood. I have cleared this ground of gravel and rocks and metal and anything that might damage my axe, but there could still be little bits. I see I do have a tiny little chip in this already. This is fairly new. You want to be careful where you're splitting. Don't split on concrete. Don't split on your driveway, because you will either mess up your driveway or you mess up your axe or both. So don't do that. I think we've covered a lot of the basics out here. With a big enough log, again, I'm not going to go straight through the middle. I'm going to look for these lines that are in this somewhere. This one does have a vertical crack, which is handy. Sometimes there are others, and then just split along those. Again, always look around and see what's under your feet. Make sure you're not going to trip on something. But I'm going to look at this guy here. This is on the ground. I'm going to come at it at about this angle, driving it down and into the ground. And it's cracked. And it's split. Done. That one's done. That one's done. And then this, I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to hit it this way. Split. Now, if you've got a hydraulic splitter, you can bend down and pick this up or roll it over there and run the ram back and forth. I could swing this thing pretty darn fast. I could get this whole wood pile split before you're even started. But you got to be in shape. You got to take care of yourself. Have a good breakfast. Try to keep your mind on what you're doing. But you get a lot of work done pretty fast. So we'll see. This one I see here is actually a branch. I don't see it on the face, but I can tell by the way that I'm hitting it, nothing's happening there. I see another one further down. So I'm gonna stand this up. And now I see there's a crack coming this way. There's a crack going that way. There's a crack going this way. So let's split it here. Split. I can get the head in and use the handle to turn it to rip this wood apart. That's split. Now we just finish it up. All right. And again, you'll wind up where you can just pull your wood apart. Sometimes I find it handy to set a log, a piece I'm working, against another piece to stand it up. Then you get a better angle on it. That's basically it. So stay upright. Don't do a lot of bending. Don't do a lot of setting things down and picking them up again. I'm just going to keep splitting this pile. Move stuff out of the way as I need to. Split stuff down to a size that's workable. And call it a day. Sometimes, I should mention this, if I don't see any lines in it, I'll hit it and see what happens. My first hit, it started to crack. I'm just going to follow that. So sometimes you hit it and see where it's weak. It'd help if I had the accuracy here. If need be, on a bigger piece, I'll swing at the outside, the other outside, and then bridge. If you start right in the middle, usually nothing happens. All right, let's try flipping this bad boy over. There we go. Again, accuracy over strength. If I can hit exactly where I want, I don't have to hit it twice. This is a pretty tough piece. I don't know if you can see it. There's a big knot in the middle that's holding a lot of the wood together. That's why it's so tough. And that's from these branches. You see it on the end there. Probably goes all the way through, and it works like a big bolt holding everything together. least it did. It's falling over. All right. Sometimes I will futz with them, but you can see how much force is rebounding on that. So if that one's real tough, you could put it on your stump. Or if you have a hydraulic splitter, you can save those for that and blast it out. I'll get that one later. Ooh, what about our boy over here with the cracks? So this one has a crack this way and this way and then this way. So if I roll it to here, the crack's right there. Hit. Take a look at this bad boy. Does that show up on the camera? I hit it here and it cracked here along one of the other faults. There's another crack line here. We'll expose that in a minute. This one's big enough, I'm not going to swing this around. What I'm going to do, you might need to anchor your log, push your handle down quickly, and lever it out. And it's split. Missed. Done. Get the wheelbarrow.